Hari Om. Let us chant the first 10 verses of chapter 11. Arjuna Uvacha Matanograhaya Paramam Guhyamadhyatma Sangitam Yatta Yoktam Vachastena Mohoyam Vigato Mama Bhavapyayau Hi Bhutanam Shrutau Vistarasho Maya Vatta Kamalapatraksha Mahatmyamapi Chavyayam Yepame Tadhyatattvam Atmanam Parameshvara Drashtumichhami Te Rupam Aishvaram Purushottama Manyase Yadi Tachakyam Maya Drashtumiti Prabho Yogeshvara Tato Me Tvam Darshayatmanamavyayam Shri Bhagavan Pashya me partharupani Shatashotasha sahasrashaha Nana vidhani divyani Nana varna kriti nicha Pashyadityan pasun rudran Ashvinau marutastatha Bahunydrashtabhutani Pashyashcharyani Bharata Ihaikastham Jagat Kritsnam Pashyadhyas Sacharacharam Mama Dehe Gudakesha Yachan Yadrashtum Ichhasi Natumam Shakyase Drashtum Anenaiva Swachakshusha Divyam Dadami Te Chakshubhu Pashyame Yogamaishvaram Sanjaya Uvacha Yeva Mukva Tato Rajan Mahayogeshvaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupamaishvaram Anekavakranayanam Anekadbhuta Darshanam Anekadivyabharanam Divyanekodhyatayudham
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryankaravavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavit Vishavahai Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Chapter 10. He gave the Vibhuti Yoga. In chapter 11, Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. In chapter 10, he said, he took out all the best things from this and said, this is me, this is me, this is me. After narrating his vibhutis, 76 vibhutis, he gave. after giving the 76 vibhutis, while concluding the 10th chapter, he said, of what use is this to you? Because you cannot comprehend my glories, you cannot understand my glories. And he reversed it. How did he reverse it? He said, I am not in them, all are in me. And what I told you is only a very infinitesimal portion of my glories. Naturally, what will happen? A natural question that Arjuna will ask is, show everything in one form. Previous chapter, you told me you are in this, you are in this, you are in this separately. Now, put everything in one form and show. That is Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga. Verse number 1, which we started last week. He said, you have taught me the highest knowledge. You have given me the highest knowledge. What is the highest knowledge that you have given me? This knowledge of your vibhutis. This knowledge of your vibhutis you have given to me is very high. Extremely difficult to comprehend. Extremely difficult to comprehend because if we have not gone through the preparatory disciplines, it is extremely difficult to comprehend. Or there may be an intellectual appreciation of the knowledge, but transformation as such won't be happening. So he said these are all the various aspects of the knowledge, which is at Paramam Guhyam. Paramam Guhyam means it is supreme secret. And we have seen that. Supreme secret means secret is that which cannot be understood even. Secret is that which cannot be understood even if it is explained. That's the secret. Secret is that which even after explaining to you, you will not be able to understand. That's called the secret. And you gave this out of compassion to me. Compassion meaning it is your anugraha, grace. Even though it has to be translated as compassion, the Sanskrit word is anugraha. Anugraha means by your grace. Grace means what? When will you use the word anugraha? When will you use the word anugraha? You will use the word anugraha only when you think, you understand, you got something which is more than what you deserve. That is anugraha. Then only you can use the word anugraha. When the salary comes, you will not say anugraha, isn't it? Say, I have worked for it. What is your problem? Isn't it? What I have worked for, What is your problem? So anugraha means a grace. Grace implies that it is showered on you. You are blessed by it. That is called anugraha. And this knowledge that you have given to me, this knowledge you gave it to me, Krishna, is by your divine grace. Because all that I asked you is, should I fight or not? That's all my problem is. How you converted the entire discussion, I came in with a very simple, ordinary dilemma. Should I fight or should I not fight? That's all I came up with. And how you converted it into a deep philosophical inquiry and talking about it deeper and deeper and deeper, giving out the entire knowledge, that is anugraha. That is called anugraha. So he says, by that speech of the supreme secret known as Adhyatma, Adhyatma is knowledge of the self. You have spoken out of, it's your anugraha that you have spoken. Grace. This delusion of mine is dispelled. This delusion of mine is dispelled. When you say this delusion of mine is dispelled, what he means is, I am getting clearer and clearer. Only in the 18th chapter he is going to say, Nashto mohat smritir labda, meaning the delusion is gone completely. Here he is saying, this delusion is dispelled. Vigataha, means it is going. Going means I am getting more and more clearer. Not only that, more and more he is listening to Krishna, more and more his reverence and devotion is also increasing. His reverence, his devotion, his surrender to Krishna is also increasing because he has never seen this Krishna till now. All along they have seen Krishna as a very wise person. That's all. He's a very, amongst everybody, he's a very wise person. And wherever you are in dilemma, you can go to him for counseling and he will give you some proper advice. That's all. More than that, he was not saying. He was saying more like a counselor. Okay, very wise counselor. Or you can say very, very affectionate, unselfish, wise counselor. But when he started talking chapter after chapter after chapter, when he is unfolding it, the reverence to Krishna goes on increasing. That's why he is saying it is the supreme secret. You yourself is that secret, Krishna, he said, because I have been living with you for so long and I didn't even know anything about it. Or you yourself Krishna himself is a secret. And he is not a secret because he has been living with them day in and day out. And yet, something in him has been missed. Something in him, they are being missing it completely. Therefore, he says, this is your anugraha. Up to this, we saw verse number 1. Now we'll move to verse number, now we'll move to verse number 2. Verse number 2, buddy.
Vapyayau hi bhutanam Shrutau vistarasho maya Paddha kamala padraksha Mahatmyamapi chavyayam Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam Shrutau vistarasho maya Paddha kamala padraksha Mahatmyamapi chavyayam.
Verily, the origin and dissolution of beings verily has been heard by me in detail from you, O lotus-eyed, and also your inexhaustible greatness. Verily, the origin and the dissolution of beings verily has been heard by me in detail from you, O lotus-eyed, and also your inexhaustible greatness. Now, what is he saying? Kamala Patraksha. Kamala Patraksha is three words. Kamala plus Patra plus Aksha. The three words combined is called Kamala Patraksha. Kamala is the lotus flower. Patra is the petal of the lotus flower. Aksha is the eyes. So Kamala Patraksha means one whose eyes is as beautiful as the petal of the lotus flower. Ullara Vindaya Chapatra Netra. In Gita Dhyanam also we keep hearing in Gita Dhyanam also we hear about the beauty of the eyes. Yeah, beauty of the eyes. How beautiful the eyes is. It's pleasing. Kanna pathale bayama irukudhu, they say, isn't it? Yeah, not like that. You see it, you want to go and see it, you see it, you never get tired of looking at it, and you want to see it again and again and again. I have understood this. All that he's talking about is how handsome he is, that's all. How handsome he is. And suddenly Krishna started appearing very, very handsome in Arjuna's eyes. All along he has been the same. But you find in him there is this transformation that is happening. What did I learn from you? They come out of you, they exist in you, and they go back into you. This I have learned in detail. This I have understood. This understanding is what is called Bhakti Yoga. This understanding that all that existing here is God, and goes back, comes out of it as it were, exists as it were something separately, and goes back into God. This is the very soul. This is the very understanding gives to Bhakti Yoga. Because what you start seeing in life, once you understand this, what you see everywhere? What do you see everywhere? You see only God. The moment you see God everywhere, what is the indication of seeing God everywhere? Adveshta sarva bhutanam, etc. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. Hatred goes out. Because if you are having hatred towards anything, what are you hating? Because if everything is God, and if you are hating something, whom are you hating? God. But sir, the 2-3 people can never come out of God. Yeah, that 2-3 people is always out of Rakshasa, demon only. Because if you live with that 2-3, you will know that they are not out of God. So except the 2-3, rest all came from divine only, sir. Adveshta sarva bhutanam. No hatred towards any being. The moment you understand that the origin, the destruction, everything is that is what he said very clearly. Right through we have been reading this in this chapter. What is it? The material cause. The material cause of the creation is me. That he established in chapter 7, that he established in chapter 9. In 10 and 11, he is giving a visual picture. 7 and 9, he explained it conceptually. He is giving a visual picture in 10 and 11. Clear? Visual learners, isn't it? Yeah, there are some group of people called visual learners, isn't it? Pictures comes and they will understand. You give it as mathematical equation, they will be lost. You put it in a flow chart, they will be completely lost. You show it in a picture, they understand. So what is he doing now? Visual. So he is visually presenting how he is the material cause of the universe. What does the material cause implies? You have, at least by now, you will be very clear with the idea of what is material cause means. It's very, very important to understand this material cause. For the appearance of the pot, clay is the material cause. For the ornaments, gold is the material cause. When we say material cause means the original material appears in the form of the product. It is the original that appears in the form of the product is called material cause. Meaning, it is the gold that is appearing as the ornament. In fact, wherever you see an ornament, what do you understand it as? Gold appearing like this. So it is appearance of the gold that is an ornament. Then you become like the example that Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gives, isn't it? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gives an example of the thief. How does the thief look at all the ornaments? The value he gives to the ornaments is not because of the nose ring, earring, etc. The value he gives to the ornaments is because of the gold, isn't it? He says a beautiful example he gives. Like the thief sees all the ornaments. Like we understand the pot, it is the clay that is appearing in the shape of the pot. Meaning the origin of the pot and the dissolution of the pot. It is like telling the clay, I understood that you are the origin of the pot and you are the dissolution of the pot. Because when the pot gets dissolved, it doesn't go back into nothing. When the pot gets dissolved, will it disappear into emptiness? Will it just vaporize into emptiness? When the pot dissolves, it goes back into clay. That is what he said. The origin and the dissolution. The origin and the dissolution I have understood very clearly because you have been brainwashing me from chapter 7 onwards. You are brainwashing me. Now I am completely brainwashed. What is it? You are the material cause. Ocean is the material cause of the waves. Ocean is the material cause of the waves. In fact, carefully follow. This is Bhakti. In fact, wave is an additional name given to the very ocean itself. It is ocean only. There is no wave separately. Wave is only an additional name that is given to the ocean. For verily it is the ocean. This is Bhakti Yoga. Are you able to follow? The whole creation is like a wave in the ocean of God. This is how you have to understand. The whole creation is like the wave. In fact, wave is only it is ocean. Why can't you call it as ocean, 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 ocean? Actually, you should call it as, actually what you should say, you should not say wave, wave, wave. You should say ocean, ocean, ocean. That's what you should say. But then the dualistic mind likes to name everything, isn't it? The dualistic mind likes to name everything. The dualistic mind wants to segregate everything. It cannot understand the unifying factor because mind cannot accept the unifying factor because mind can exist only in division. Mind and division will go together. I understood, I felt. You can't do all that because mind exists only in division. It is knowledge that comes and unifies the division. What is the division? Waves. No. In fact, if you understand, if waves are born out of ocean and resolves into the ocean, what is the conclusion? There are no waves separate from the ocean. Yeah. It means what? Reword it. You will understand it better. Reword it. In fact, it means what? Wave is only an additional name given to the ocean. Are you okay? World is an additional name given to God. It means, what is the world? World, there is no separate world apart from Brahman. There is no world apart from God. So, the world becomes an additional name given to God. Additional name given to God means what? The world is God. The moment you say world is God, you will not like that world. You will not want to be part of that world. You will not want to be part of the world which is all God. You will like to be part of the world where there is, you will always like to be part of the world where there is divisions and distinctions and demarcations. Because then only your ego can do something. Your ego will have a play only where there is a division. Where there is a unifying factor, the ego finds itself so irrelevant. Again, I repeat. The ego will find itself so irrelevant moment there is a unifying factor. All are one. No, but then, sir, my individual identity is also there, no? I should keep my individual identity also, no? Then what happens to all my achievements? If all are one means, what happens to all my achievements? Then what happens to all the hard work that I have done and gotten everything? Suddenly all this becomes very redundant. Therefore, the mind will never like the unifying. Second, mind will like the competitive nature of the mind will like the competitive nature because then only ego can prove something. Again, I repeat, mind likes the competitive nature. Even though it is constantly complaining about all that, deep down it wants only that. That's why you are stuck here. You are stuck here only because you are wanting this. The moment you don't want this, you will be out of this. You don't want to be in this position. Nobody can keep you here. Even though verbally everybody says, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be in this position, sir. I tell you, it's an utter lie. I at least I understand that in the deep core. I know it's a blatant utter falsehood. Why? You are here only because you want it. You started liking it so much that you don't want to. You started liking it so much that you don't want to leave it. But sir, so much of pain and suffering and misery from the bottommost heart, I'm telling you, I want to get out. From the bottommost portion of the heart, if you want to get out, you will be out of it now. Because in the bottommost part of the heart, the attention is still where? On the division and demarcation, competition, fight. Why? Because then only ego can exist. Then only ego can prove something. Then only ego can have a play. If all are one, bigger wave will like to retain that existence only in relation to the smaller wave. The smaller wave also will like to retain its individuality because it can compete and hope one day that it can become a tsunami wave, isn't it? Can hope and compete. But nevertheless, what it will not want to do? It will not want to let go. So many people say, I want to let go, sir, but it is not leaving me. I want to let go, sir, but it is not leaving me. I also no, don't worry, it will happen over a period of time. All the sum because they're not actually asking for any solution. Simple solace, all of that. Yeah. புலம்பும்போது what you should do? Vijay. புலம்பும்போது what you should do? சும்மா கேட்டுன்னு கம்முன்னு இருக்கணும். உடனே அட்வைஸ்லாம் கொடுக்கக்கூடாது. isn't it? அட்வைஸ்லாம் கொடுத்தாக்கா that becomes additional problem now. நான் இதெல்லாம் கேட்கல, they will say, isn't it? So what to do? That's why 98% of the time, anybody says anything, I agree. I straight away I agree. Correct. Before they open their mouth, I will say, Raj, you are correct. Then now you say what you want to say. You are correct already. Because the smaller wave also want to retain its identity. The bigger wave also wants to retain its identity. So unifying factor and all is very, it doesn't appeal to the mind. It doesn't appeal to the mind at the core, because divisions and demarcations, fight and what is this demarcations, fight and friction? Again, Ramakrishna Paramsa gives another example. But this example is from the Puranic stories. Beautiful example. An eagle flying high in the skies, the vulture, the eagle flies so high. But where is its vision? Even though it flies so high and high and high, எங்க பார்த்துனே இருக்குது? கீழே தான். Rotten. So the vulture that is flying high sees a dead rat. Yeah. ஒரு பெரிய பெருச்சாலி it found out. Yeah. Dead. Yeah. பெருச்சாலிக்கு என்ன சொல்றது இங்கிலீஷ்ல? எல்லாமே ராட்னு சொன்னா I don't know. இல்லையா? I don't know. Yeah. இல்லையா? பெருச்சாலிக்கு ஒரு இங்கிலீஷ் வேர்டு இருக்குது. I don't know what is that English word for. Because there are rat family, no cat family. Madri, there is rat. There is a rat family. Tiger is also a cat. Leopard is also a cat. வீட்டில் இருக்கிற cat கூட ஒரு catன்னா all belong. But then like that there is a rat family. Yeah. And that kite, that eagle found that rat. இது bandicoot. பெருசாலே நல்லா இருக்கு. இல்லையா? English word தூக்கிடுங்க டிக்ஷனரியில இருந்து. We'll keep the word பெருசாலி only. Bandicoot. Correct. That's the big one. The vulture saw the dead thing lying. It swooped down, picked it up, and started flying. When it picked it up and started flying, war happened. The war started. What is the war? All other kites started attacking it. Now the kite is confused. All along, everybody was very affectionate only. Why all of a sudden they are all hitting me, pecking on me, injuring me, harming me? It started flying and flying and flying, and the war started. Other vultures were pecking, poking, bleeding. In that commotion, it accidentally dropped the dead rat. It accidentally dropped the dead rat. Instantly, what stopped? Instantly, what stopped? The attack stopped, the violence stopped, everything stopped. Now the vulture is more confused. What happened now? It went and sat on the branch of the tree, started doing manana. Yeah, it started doing manana, reflection. Violence and attacks and heartburns, everything will happen to you as long as you are holding the dead rat. Dead rat புடிச்சுன்னு இருக்கிற வரைக்கும் everything will happen. The moment you drop the dead rat, what happens? Shanti comes. Isn't it? The mind will not drop the dead rat, and it will want Shanti, and it will want other vultures to not attack. அதுதான் சார் சிசிடிவி கேமரா வச்சிருக்கிறோம், law எல்லாம் போட்டு வச்சிருக்கிறோம் இல்லையா? Police is there, army is there, CCTV cameras are there, everything is there, so that the dead rat that I have picked up is the dead rat that I have picked up is my possession. In order to escape the onslaughts of the world, what you have to drop? Shankar, எதை விடணும்? Dead rat விட்டா போதும் இல்லையா? Everything becomes all right. But the ego will not drop the dead rat. It will go, it will get poked, it will suffer, it will go through trauma, it will commit suicide again and again and again. Janma after Janma, it will commit suicide. Because according to Vedanta, all deaths are suicide. There is no separate suicide. The natural death என்றதெல்லாம் கிடையவே கிடையாது. All deaths are only. Why? Because so disappointed in this body, leaving this body, running away from this body, taking up another body. No, what is it called? So, Janma after Janma, you will commit suicide. But one thing you will not do. What? Dead rat you will not drop. Why? Because it's so attractive, sir, what to do. It's so nice to have it. It is so attractive. This is the way of the ego. This is the way in which the desires function. This is the way for that mind, any talk about oneness and all will not appeal at all. It will not appeal. You can keep hearing. And I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying I can keep talking about it. I can still feel the same. You can keep hearing about it and still feel the same. Why it is difficult to identify with this oneness? Then your ego has no meaning. Your desires will have no meaning. And when your ego and desires has no meaning, you yourself have no meaning. No, sir. அப்படிலாம் கிடையாது. At least I should be of use to somebody. No, sir. How to be of use to people around me, sir? Yeah. How to be of use to people around you? How you can be of some use to people around you? How you can be of some use to people around you? Drop the dead rat. அந்த dead rat drop பண்றதுதான் only way. No, sir, I will hold on to the dead rat. Why can't we share the dead rat? Correct? You can have, yeah, you will have kidney, I'll have liver, you will have brain, you will have legs, you will have this. What is all this? You will follow? It simply doesn't work like that. Arjuna from that level has come to calling Kamala Patraksha now. Look at the transformation. From that level of fighting, Krishna is slowly bringing him in. Now he's calling Krishna as Kamalapatraksha. Oh, yeah. Govinda Krishna allam poi, now he's calling him like Vishnu Sahasranam adjectives, like he started to Sahasranam adjectives he started to. Yeah. The moment you understand it, the moment you understand the oneness. What is the oneness? World is another name for world is just an additional name given to God. Just as wave is an additional name given to ocean. Just as ornament is an additional name given to gold. For in essence, they are one. This, Krishna, you have taught me very clearly, and I have understood this. This you have taught me very, very clearly, and I have understood this. Upadane kiladare yaganti parameshware. Atmabodha. In Atmabodha, one of the verses in Atmabodha, he says beautifully, verse number 8, Atmabodha. The entire cosmos of several billion galaxies, multiverses, everything is nothing but bubbles. So each galaxy can be compared to a small bubble, and all these bubbles are upadane kiladare. It means what? I heard it from you very clearly. What? There is no creation separate from God. Or God is in the form of the world. That you told me in chapter 7, that you told me in chapter 9, chapter 8 is an odd chapter out, that also we reconcile. We are not getting into that discussion. Chapter 8 also, there's a odd chapter out, but he reconciled. Chapter 9, he continued. What he is saying in what he did in chapter 10, how I am in everything, he explained. And then, now he is saying, how everything is a infinitesimal part of me. That is Vishwarupa. First, he spoke about the world as me. Now he is saying all that is only an infinitesimal portion in me. And how did you teach it? Vistaraha. Elaborately you taught me, Krishna. Yeah. And all the Sunday class put up rubber band mari, we keep stretching and stretching and stretching. When it is going to snap, we don't know, isn't it? Because Vistaraha, you have to, how you taught, Krishna, you are very compassionate. You are not like the Upanishadic masters. The Upanishadic masters don't bother about Vistaraha and all. For them, it is only, it's very, just one, each and every conjures they are with words, isn't it? Each and every akshara also they are very stingy. They will not use one alphabet extra, they will not use. But you are not like that, Krishna. You are not like that. Thank God you are not like that. Why? Because you are teaching me in Vistarasha Proktaha. Vistarasaha means Nalla Vistarama Solli Kuduthirukkreenga. Vistarama means elaborately you have taught me. Uttamadhikari, a few statement is enough. A suggestion here, a word there is enough for the Uttama or the Uttamadhikari. For the Madhyamadhikari, it has to be repeated. It has to be repeated again. And when it is repeated again, you have to make it look as though you are saying something new. அதுதான் கோனார் நோட்ஸ் சங்கர். புதுசாலாம் ஒன்றும் சொல்றதே கிடையாது, சொல்றதே திருப்பி திருப்பி சொல்றதுதான். ஆனா எவ்ரி வீக் இட் வில் லுக் லைக் as though something new is being told. ஏன்னா அதிகாரித்துவம் அப்படி இருந்தா that's how it has to be When Adhikaritvam is like that, that's how it has to be explained. Why? Because by the time we come to 11th chapter, 10th chapter is forgotten. Yeah. Forget about 9 and 7 and 4 and 3 and 2 and la. Take fresh measurements. Now, Vedanta class, we'll take fresh measurement, isn't it? Fresh, we will come and sit, forget everything. Next week, again, fresh, we will come and sit. Well, please come and sit at least like that. Huh? At least come and at least sit like that. It is much better than not. It's much better than not sitting at all, isn't it? First, when my dad took me to listen to Carnatic music, I'll feel very sleepy. In fact, I'll sleep off. Because and that concert, and that also he will not take to a 6 o'clock evening concert. He will take me to 9:30 concert. They'll start singing at 9:30 and they'll still sing till 1 o'clock, 1:30 வரைக்கும் பாடுவாங்க. In the Kapalishwar temple in Mylapore, that's how they start. 9:30 alla coil function they will finish, close, and then music will start. And by the time they finish, it will be 1:30 in the morning. And then we have to come to, and then we have to go to school also. No, you can't say I'm taking a break. Yeah, my bones will be broken if I say I want to take a break. My bones will be broken and permanently break only, isn't it? I used to feel so sleepy. Sometimes I thought maybe he picked me up from roadside. I will think, why is he torturing me like that? Isn't it? Maybe DNA test எல்லாம் பண்ணி பார்க்கணும், isn't it? Whether I'm the real or somebody picked up from the I'll sleep. The day I told him I'm sleeping. He said, doesn't matter. You come and sleep there, but you are coming and sitting there. Thank God for the training now, isn't it? ஏன்னா அப்போ அவ்வளோ மியூசிக் நாலேஜ் அட்லீஸ்ட் இங்கெல்லாம் மத்தியம் அதிகாரியாவது. When I started going, it was like Adama, useless adhikari. I was going and sitting in the. So what will you do? Om, or on the when they start stringing the Shruti to start the concert, it will take 3-4 minutes for them to string the Shruti itself. And you don't go like popcorn, Pepsi, adella wangin, you can't go and sit in the concert because you have to go when they are singing the Shruti, because then only you can get, because it's tuning in, it's tuning in. I still remember. And the Shruti tuning sattang ketale, I'll fall off to sleep. Yeah. What a blissful sleep it will be. What a blissful sleep it will be. Adama adhikari. Onnu sei mudiyadhu. Arjuna belongs to Madhyam adhikari. Because he is a Madhyam adhikari, he is saying Vistarashav Proktaha. Vistarashav Proktaha means you are elaborating it so well. And how did you elaborate it so well in chapter 10? You said, how you are in everything. How you are in everything. You explained that very well. For individual glory of the God, you have to go to that particular portion. If you want to know the glories of Rama, where you should go and see Adi Purusha, sir. Yeah. If you want to see the glories of Rama, where you should go and see Ganesh. Adi Purushalam Bakadingo. Yeah. Where will you see the glory of Rama? Ramayana. If you want to see the glory of Krishna, where will you go? Bhagavatam, you have to go. If you want to learn the glory of Shiva, you have to go to Shiva Purana, isn't it? Separate, you can understand the glories. Imagine all in one. Adu Vishwarupa. All the glories of all the gods combined in one is called Vishwarupa. Vibhuti Yoga mature, you will have the eye to see Vishwarupa. If you have not matured through Vibhuti Yoga, you will not have the eye to see Vishwarupa. That is the sequence. First, you should train your eyes for Vibhuti Yoga. Only if you train yourself for Vibhuti Yoga, then you can have this Vishwarupa. Why? Because this Vishwarupa is inexhaustible. In the glory of Vibhuti, it is exhaustible, as in the glory is restricted to one thing. But here in Vishwarupa, it is limitless. Ishvara, what they call as Mahatmyam, they say, no? Devi Mahatmya. For all gods and goddesses, they call it as Mahatmya. Mahatmya means how much ever you talk about the glories, you can still keep talking about it. Laksharchana you can do Koti Archana you can do, still you will feel you have not even touched the periphery. Yeah. So much of penetrative vision is required. What is a penetrative vision? To see how it is a material cause. Material cause means it is God that is appearing as the world. It is God that is appearing as the world. We will move on to verse number 3. One second, hold on.
So you define anugraha as though you have not worked for it, yet it has been showered on you. And then you said there is a Vedantic law that says you get what you deserve, not what you desire. Meaning if you have worked for it, you will get it.
Yes.
So don't you think it is contradictory, or these two coexist? How should we rightly understand?
Yeah. The clarification is in relation to the grace. Anugraha means in you believe that you don't. In you believe you don't deserve it and you got it. Then only you can call it as anugraha. Which is what I said. Now the clarification is a very valid clarification. Is now in relation to you get what you deserve, then where is anugraha at all is a clarification. Then where is this thing called anugraha is a clarification. Are they not contradictory or reconcile? Are they not contradictory? No, they are not contradictory. What is the reconciliation?
They coexist.
What is the reconciliation? The reconciliation is with your memory and your conscious effort that you have done, you understand that what you got is higher than that. You go by your memory and you know what effort you have put, and you know by your conscious memory and the conscious effort you have done something. In relation to the memory of your effort versus the result that you got will be when it is not proportionate, that disproportion, what word you will use? You can use the word luck. The luckla pass panta sir, you can say. Luckla gadachirchi, you can use the word luck or you can use the word anugraha. In Vedanta, we will use the word anugraha, grace. It is not contradictory at all, because when you say I deserve it, you get what you deserve is a statement which will always be very satisfying to the ego, because all that I got is my effort only, isn't it? Then what is bhakti? That's why we don't know how both merges, how both, it's not coexisting, it is a confluence. Coexisting, not like railway lines coexisting. It is a confluence. The effort and anugraha is a is a confluence. Even to divine grace, I should have worked for it, no, sir. Then only it will come, no. It means there's no such thing called grace at all. Because somewhere down the line, the ego will want to take the full. Somewhere down the line, the ego will want to take the entire credit to itself. Anugraha comes and says, do not take the entire credit to yourself. Anugraha is an indication of the sublimation of the ego. Are you able to follow? The sublimation of the ego. You get what you deserve. I am suffering. Do you accept the law at that point of time? Come from another angle. You are in extreme sorrow and misery and suffering. Vedanta comes and says, you get what you deserve. Will you agree to that? You will say, no, I didn't do anything to deserve it, no? You will say, I didn't do anything to deserve it. When some blessing comes, how can you say it is all I deserve? Are you able to follow? It means there is something that is, there is an unknown factor that is blessing me with. That's why we call it, that is blessing me with the results. There is a divinity that shapes our ends. That divine hand is called Anugraha. It's a confluence. They are not separate. If you can say, take it to the extreme, you get what you deserve. If you can say, my misery is also because of me, that day you can say, my miseries are self-created. My anguish, my misery, my pain is self-created, and no external factor is responsible for it. Then you can say, anything that happens also is my effort. Are you able to follow? But nobody will say that. Nobody can say that. If anything good happens, it is my effort. If anything bad happens, if anything good happens in the family, Shailesh will say it is because of mine. Yeah. If anything bad happens in the family, he will look at that side. Yeah. Left side or right side you are sitting? What side you are sitting? Right or left? You should sit on the right side. Left side logara udad. Sit on the right side. Yeah, switch over. I'm saying switch over, you are not still switching over. Switch over. Yeah, right side logar no. Yeah, because she is always right. Shailesh. Correct. Abdu Garango. On Vara, I will be thinking I have to tell you, but now I told you. Correct. Remember the sitting position, don't change. When anything good happens, I'll say it's my effort. When anything bad happens, it is. When they fight, any irritating quality in the child you see, what will you say? Ella unga vamsam appadiye irukudhu, isn't it? Your entire parampara is there, isn't it? If anything good you see, okay, at least my blood is there. Yeah. It's this division is very clear in the mind. This division is so clear in the mind. Because of this division, the confluence doesn't happen at all. Therefore, what is the confluence? There is an effort. There is an effort. At the same time, there is an unknown. At the same time, there is an unknown hand. And that unknown hand, what all factors the unknown hand takes into consideration while showering you with blessings, you can never know that. That's why it's called Anugraha. You should not say that divine will take care of my effort only and give it to me. Then again, there's no. Then இது வந்து இல்லையா செய்கிற வேலைக்கு கூலி அவ்வளவுதான், isn't it? Where is grace here? Where is the grace here? Are you able to follow? Anugraha means something that the divine considers along with that effort which the human intellect cannot comprehend. This is called anugraha. Are you able to follow? What it is, the human intellect cannot comprehend. That's why we say, I'm so blessed. People say, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed. That is called anugraha. Therefore, in this verse, he said, because of your anugraha, I am getting this. So, it is not coexisting, it is a confluence. What is a confluence? Karmanyevadhikaraste mapaleshu kadachana. I give you the result. Now, what all I consider while giving you the result? What all factors I consider while giving you the result? Your effort plus something. What is that plus something? We don't. What is that plus something? We don't know. The moment we say this plus something, immediately the mind will ask, effort along utrala sir, how to attract that plus something? Are you will follow? If we say that plus something, mind will always ask how to attract that plus something, forget the effort. How to attract that plus something? Oh, adukku da Vishnu Sahasranama sonna, that plus something will happen, isn't it? Ekadashi Vardam Varna plus something will happen. Shivaratri, we do something, will happen. Huh? That can never be known. Bowing down and saying this, there is an unknown factor is bhakti. Bowing down to that unknown factor is bhakti. If you say it is only my effort, then that plus something has no meaning. What is that plus something? That's why we say in the Guru Stotram, they say, what did I do to deserve a Guru? It is the Guru's compassion. It is the Guru's anugraha. I will not say, oh, I deserved you. You will not go and tell the Guru, isn't it? Will you say that? You will not say. Yeah. Don't think so great of yourself. I deserved you. That's why you are here now. What happens? Huh? No. We will not say that. We say, I don't know what I have done to deserve you. This is bhakti. Yeah. This is bhakti.
So when you are saying that the results are disproportionate, and if you are getting more than what you want, that is the blessings aspect.
Again, the ego is not leaving. The ego doesn't want to leave. It wants to take credit, full credit. Now she is bringing in another thing which she thought I forgot. Because we always say, no, you get more than what you want. 4 types of results. No. So, anugraha means if you get more than what you want, he said anugraha, bonus vandada anugraha, opposite kadcha kuda anugraha. Even if you get the opposite of what you want, also it is anugraha only. All the 4 is anugraha. What she thought, Raj, Prida, ego pomatendru. That's the all the 4 is anugraha. You may get exactly what you want. You may get more than what you want. You may get less than what you want. You may end up getting the opposite of what you want. All the 4 type of results is anugraha. That is the right knowledge. That is the attitude of bhakti. That is attitude of bhakti. Kunti belonged to the 4th type of result category. She said, let sorrow visit me again and again. And sorrow vandada, I remember you. Isn't it? Sorrow comes only, I remember you. If there is no sorrow, Krishna, we remember you only when we are in trouble. Rest of the time, we don't even WhatsApp or good morning message kuda anupamattom. Yeah. That moment we are in trouble, we will be bombarded by. After that, we don't even recognize your presence. Why? No. Anyway, you are so busy. No, I didn't want to disturb you. Because poor thing you are, so busy you are. I didn't want to disturb you. So comical is this ego. Cartoon show is this. This ego is a simple cartoon show. Yeah, entertainment, you don't need separate entertainment at all. Simply look at the ego in everybody, you will be constantly entertained. சிரிச்சு தலைவலி தான் வரும், isn't it? You so much you smile and so you get headache because of smiling. Now what to do? Ego is like that. Not others' ego, your ego. Understand that. Because you don't need education to laugh at the ego of others. You need lot of education to laugh at your ego. Here we are discussing about laughing at Palatur. Your ego. சுத்தி பார்க்க கூடாது, isn't it? இல்ல சார் இங்க ஈகோவே இல்லையே சொல்லக்கூடாது இல்லையா, சுத்தி பார்க்க கூடாது. வேர் இஸ் ஈகோலாம் இல்லையா, விச் ஈகோ, வேர் யூ ஷுட் லாஃப் அட் யுவர் ஓன். சரியா? verse number 3 படிங்க.
ஏவமேதத்யதாத்வம் ஆத்மானம் பரமேஸ்வர द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम एवमेतद्यथा तत्त्वम् आत्मानं परमेश्वर द्रष्टुमिच्छामि ते रूपम् ऐश्वरं पुरुषोत्तम.
O Parameshwara, it is just as you have declared yourself. I desire to see your supreme form, O Purushottama. O Parameshwara, it is just as you have declared yourself. I desire to see your supreme form, O Purushottama. 2 words again. Parameshwara and Purushottama. Purushottama, again we'll be seeing it in 15th chapter, Uttama Purusha. Parama Ishvara, Supreme God. Now he is expressing, you glory Islam, சொன்னது என்னத்துக்கு? When somebody starts glorifying you, at the end of it, a request is going to come. Yeah, it's very clear. So at the end of all the glorification, you, thank you sir, you are this, that, this, ellam mudichone, finally something is going to come. And that has come now. What has come? I desire to see I wish to see your form. I wish to see your drashtum ichchami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. That form of yours is going to be very, very divine. So I want to see this. Parameshwara form I have accepted. Now Purushottama form I have to see. That's all he said. Ishvara Tattvam I have understood. That is Parameshwara. Ishvara Tattva means everything is Ishvara. Now I want to see the Uttama Purusha. What is that Purushottama form? Purushottama form is that form I want to see that is not limited by time and space. Every form that I see, if you remember in the introduction, we spoke about this. The form that I want to see, Krishna, show me that Purushottama form. What is that Purushottama form? That Purushottama form is this. Vishwarupa. Vishwarupa means that which is not limited by time and space. I have understood that you are Parameshwara. Because you are Parameshwara, you have to be Purushottama also. Therefore, show me this Purushottama Aishwara Rupam. Aishwara Rupam. Aishwara Rupam means show me that form. Aishwara means glories. show me the glory. What is the Lord's glory? Vishnu Purana talks about it. Vishnu Purana gives a definition of what is the glory. Bhagavan abdina has 6 qualities. Bhagavan. Whoever has these 6 qualities becomes Purushottama. Whatever those 6 qualities are, Vishnu Purana talks about it. Arjuna is saying, I have accepted you as that. I have understood, I have accepted you as that. Now I have a desire to see it. Understanding la is not yet fully convinced me. Now I want to see it. What is it that I want to see? I want to see your vibhuti. I want to see your glory. I want to see your Vishwarupa form. I want to see. Now you know what all preparation he did to please Krishna, to show him the Vishwarupa form. One in many I have seen. The many in one show. Hold on. You're able to follow. I have seen this. What is it that I have seen? The one you in many I have seen. I have understood that. That is Ishvara, Parameshwara. Now show all that in one. One of the extraordinary expressions is going to give. And why he gives? Because Arjuna deserves it. Arjuna deserves to see the form, and he gives him the as we said in the beginning, Vishwarupa is not a physical form. Don't misunderstand Vishwarupa as a physical form. Vishwarupa is not a physical form. Vishwarupa is the form of Vishwarupa is a form that can be comprehended through the Jnana Chakshu, the eye of wisdom. That's why a special eye is required. With the ordinary eyes, you cannot see it. The special eyes is required. And Arjuna deserves it separate. Arjuna deserves it separate. You are everywhere. You are all controlling. I have understood. It is you that is appearing as many. Now show me the reverse. What is it? Is it possible to see the reverse? What is the reverse now? Can you put everything in one and show me? You are in front of me. Physically, I am seeing you. I know. Because we are having a conversation. Krishna, you are physically in front of me. I am seeing you. But then the form through which you are talking to me is not actually you. That also I understand. Therefore, I want to see which form now. The form with which you are talking to me in front is only the Vesha. Show me your real form. Are you able to follow what he is asking? I would love to see the divine form. I am keen to see you. I would love to see you. I have a desire to see you. Can you show it? Are you able to follow? Arjuna is very wise that way because he knows where to place the request. Most of the times we will not know where to place the request. That's why we get extremely disappointed because we make a request which is impossible to fulfill by the other. Carefully follow. Again, I repeat. You all go and make a request to the other which is impossible to fulfill by the other. That's why we get very frustrated. We get very disappointed. Why? Because you put in conditions which the other can never fulfill. Yeah. Love me only forever. Who can fulfill this condition? Yeah. One look at you, somebody is loving you for half a day, it is anugraha, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. One look at you, who will want to even do half a day? If somebody is putting up with, you should do Sashtang Namaskar 1,000 times to that. You should do Sashtang Namaskar to that person 1,000 times. Nothing is worthwhile. But then we go and make request that is not possible at all. Arjuna is very sharp that way. Arjuna is very wise that way. He knew when to ask also. Yeah. He knew when to ask. What is the request he makes? Now that you have proved that all this is, you are here everywhere, then it should be possible for you to show the Vishwarupa also. Now the question is, show me that Vishwarupa. Can I see all the 6 qualities in one? Can I see the Bhagavan? Can I see the Lord with all the 6 glories in one? Can you show me that? That is the question. For which he says, yes, I will show you. I will show you. If you are not prepared, you cannot take it. Therefore, you need to prepare. That preparation is jnana. That preparation is jnana chakshu, the eye of wisdom. Arjuna places a request. And Krishna accepts the request and he will show the Vishwarupa. So verse number 3 we concluded today is with Arjuna's request. Show me the Vishwarupa form. With Arjuna's request to Krishna, we conclude the session for today. And we will not be meeting for the next 3 weeks. We'll be meeting from the 4th week and the date will be announced in the group. So for the next 3 weeks, we will not be meeting for this Bhagavad Gita. So Vishwarupa for 3 weeks we have to wait. Again, we'll wait for Vishwarupa to see for 3 weeks and then we'll continue. With this, we conclude for today.